Hey YouTube, it's Mike. I'm currently in the beginning stages of a cargo trailer conversion, and I want to show you some of the things that I'm doing and possibly they can help you out. Let me give you a little background. I, in 2013, built from the ground up a off-road expedition trailer in order to really be able to get out in the wilderness and to take the off-road trailer to places that there's no possible way I would have been able to get to with any other type of trailer, and have the conveniences of a kitchen, a sleeping area, a place for me and my dog. Well, now I'm getting a little bit older, and I've also added to the mix a motorcycle. So I want to now be able to go to BLM areas and be with my dog and take my cruising motorcycle and or possibly a dual sport motorcycle. So that's the background. Here you go. I'm just going to show you one simple thing today, and I'll be getting into more later on. Storage areas to put things. Areas to put things in a trailer can be tough. You find that if you've got one little bit of counter space, it's never enough. It gets cluttered. Well, I found these brackets online, and I got them on Amazon, and I'll put the link down in the description. But these are pretty neat. What they do is they allow you to mount a shelf, and that shelf can fold away. When they open up, that's what the shelf does. And then when you want to put them down, all you do is hit that and release it on both sides. So they come in packs of 2. The trailer that I have is a Wells Cargo, and it is insulated very well, I might add, with the exception of the floor. The floor has not been insulated, but it has 16-inch on center studs, and these are tubing studs. They're not the Z-Track. So because I'm placing my refrigerator here, and one of the most important things is keeping the refrigerator cold. So you don't want to be opening it up for long periods of time. So it's nice to have a place when you're pulling things out of the fridge or out of the freezer that you have a place to put them rather than just putting them on the floor. I'm going to be keeping the fridge freezer here, I believe, when I'm set up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount these, and I'm going to mount them right here. I'm going to use one of the existing screws that are already in the wall. And what I did was I went to Home Depot and I got some self-tapping screws, because these are steel frames. I wanted to get the same type of pan head screw to be able to secure these. Now I did get these a 1/4 inch larger because of the addition of the bracket spacing. These will hold the bracket to the shelf. Here's the shelf. This is a 12 by 36 inch shelf, and my thinking is that it'll go perfect right here, and when the bikes are in or I'm moving down the road, this will flip down and store out of the way. I know one thing that I'm going to have to do is, because the brackets will need to be the same distance apart at the top and the bottom, so that when the shelf is on them and you try and lower the shelf, it doesn't bind, if that makes any sense. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. This is a used 2004 Wells Cargo. It's a 8x14, and it's not a V-nose, but it is also does not have the highest ceiling. I am 6'3", and this trailer is a little bit short for me. However, I'm not standing up in the trailer very much at all. When I am, if I'm leaning up against the counter, I have room. It's not ideal, but with the COVID and everything that has been going on recently, trailer prices have been crazy. The building of new trailers, I'm a little skeptical on. Traditionally, the trailers here in Georgia don't have the best reputation as far as the quality of the building of these new trailers. And with the increase in demand, I have a feeling that's even putting more possible problems into the output of these trailers. I'm trying to line this up with this seam. You probably can't see it from this wide-angle GoPro view, but there's a seam on the wall. Okay, and there we go. So that's just the one in the center. There are actually 3 screws here. Now I'm just going to snug that up just a little so that I can still move it somewhat. The reason is because of that measurement that we need to take. So, (14 3/4 inches). So now I'm going to measure down at the bottom, and the bottom needs to come in. Okay, that looks just about perfect. So, I'm going to go ahead and mark my hole down here at the bottom. Appropriate drill bit. I don't want to go too large. Okay, that feels real sturdy. Bringing the shelf just a little bit off of the wall. And then I'm going to make another measurement and see how far from the end the bottom support bracket is and try and get that the exact same on the other side. I, of course, want to be able to open the lid up on this, and the lid on the freezer opens up like that. So I'll go into this in another video, but 5.5. Now these are 5/8 wood screws, and that's what's going to hold this laminate down, this laminated shelving. And the laminated shelving is just a little over 1/2 inch with the laminating. Test it comes down okay. Okay, I was getting a little bit of binding. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it's nice and snug, so maybe that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and raise it up, and I'm going to put in the remaining screws. And there we go. That is pretty much exactly what I was looking to do. So I'm happy. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Here it is in the down position, and it's locked in there pretty well. It's not going to be swinging out and hitting the motorcycle when the motorcycle is in here. This trailer can easily carry 2 bikes staggered. This one over here on this side does come up a little bit further, but yeah, snaps in place. Real happy with that. I did end up putting those extra screws in. Lid on the fridge comes up very easily. Get what I need out of the fridge and freezer. Close the fridge and freezer. Also a good place for when I get back in from after a ride. I can put my helmet up here, gloves, whatever else I have on. I do have an intercom unit on here, and I can easily charge it with the USB port down here. I did want to show you one thing that I did already install, and I think this is going to help out a good bit when I am parked. Usually when I go to an area, usually in the past, I'd get out and I'd be out on the road for 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. I would not end up moving all that much. I would stay in one place anywhere from 5 to 7 days and just take it easy. Usually none of these stops or areas were planned in advance, but everything has always worked out, and I've taken quite a few of these trips. This is a clothes hanger. And I like this clothes hanger because it allows you to organize your clothes. Well, organize your hanging clothes. So that's basically how it works. And when you're ready to get on the move or pack up and get the bikes back in, you can take your clothes off of there, take out this rack, go right like that, lock in place, and then this gets put away. So and that's it. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. Like I said, very sturdy up against the wall, and it only sits 1.5 inches off of the wall. But when it's extended, I have a 12-inch table, and let me tell you, it's pretty sturdy. Like I said, pretty pleased with it. Thanks for watching. I'll be doing more videos in the future on a lot of different subjects, from electronics to insulation to things to be looking for before you buy, after you buy. So yeah, if you like this, just please subscribe. Have a great afternoon. Take care.